Thank you. This is a moment of terrible sadness. Obviously, our solidarity and sympathy to all of Chris's families, to what Sheila just said, to what the family just said, and to the child yet to be born, who'll be a child growing up having never known her father. Because he was killed, because he was shot through the windscreen of a car. We're here today to mourn his death, to mourn his passing, to remember his life, but also to show that we will never allow him to be forgotten. We will never allow the victims of this kind of violence on either side of the Atlantic ever to be forgotten. We cannot have a situation where somebody is shot dead through the windscreen of a car and the officer concerned was not immediately suspended from the police force, not from duty, but from the police force. And as others have pointed out, as Bell has pointed out and others, that in any other job, profession or walk of life, if somebody dies as a result of possibly of your actions, you get suspended. If you're a train driver, a bus driver, a delivery driver involved in a terrible accident, you're immediately suspended so that inquiries can take place. And so I absolutely support the demands made by the family. And I think that this demonstration today, despite everything else that's going on and the national mourning that's going on, the fact that we're here is very, very important. It's bearing witness with the family to their tragedy. Imagine there was nobody here. Imagine nobody had said anything. Imagine nobody had raised a voice anywhere, either in London, in Birmingham, in Leeds, in Manchester, in Glasgow, or so on. Imagine the terrible pain the family would be going through. We cannot live their pain, but we can support them in their pain. We do that by bearing witness, by being here today, and in all the other towns and cities all across the country that have organised demonstrations. And we're going to carry on being here. We're going to carry on being here until an interview takes place under caution, until such time as a process takes place to deal with the justice about Chris's death. But it also raises many, many wider questions about our society, about poverty, injustice, inequality, about the style and form of policing in inner urban areas, about the large numbers of young black people who are arrested on the streets or taken in for questioning or stopped and searched in a wholly disproportionate manner, the number of young Muslims that go through the same experience. There is not equality of policing, and this killing and all the others on either side of the Atlantic lead to a greater sense of anger and injustice. Turn that anger into positive demands. Turn that anger into the positive demand of the kind of society we want to live in and the accountability we demand from every service that we pay for and run ourselves, because that is what is lacking at the present time. The campaign for accountability of the Metropolitan Police goes back a very, very long way. Originally it was set up as a national institution. Until the formation of the Greater London Authority, it was the responsibility of the Home Secretary. It's now moved on a little bit from there. But I want a much higher degree of accountability to bring security and safety to our communities. And so no other family ever goes through what the tragedy of the Kaba family are going through at the moment. And I read the news. I followed the reporting of this event when it happened. And yes, there was a subliminal message there. He was black, he was a rapper, he was in a car, the car was being searched for by the police, and so on. It seems to me that somebody put 2 and 2 and 2 together and made 7. And so can we demand all of this? Respect for the family, respect for each other, and thanks to all those that have come out today and shared their thoughts online. Because we're going to be here again, and again, and again, and again. And we'll keep on being here. Because if we allow this tragedy to go pass us by, another tragedy will happen, and then another tragedy. Let's make this our line in the sand. Make this our line in the sand, the killing of Chris Barber. Solidarity, deepest sympathies and absolute support to the family and the loss of a wonderful young man whose life has been cut short, whose child will never know him. That child will grow up, hopefully remembering that all of us came here today to stand in solidarity with her dad. Thank you.
That's the former leader of the Labour Party, Jeremy Corbyn. Don't forget, if you like Street Mike, give me the thumbs up. Make your comments down below and hit that subscribe button. Hit that subscribe button.